Hey guys, I know it's been a long time. Well, it's actually been since like Labor Day since I uploaded something. And honestly, I can't even tell you when Labor Day was. Bear with me, you guys, because I'm doing my best with juggling a job, trying to make content for TikTok, trying to be a good parent. This past couple months, this entire summer has just been a really big emotional struggle for me. Like, I'm not doing good. I mean, I'm feeling like now I'm just getting to a point where I'm extremely lonely when Bailey leaves, and it's getting to a dangerous point to where I find myself entertaining things that I would never entertain if I wasn't, complete, but as we know, I'm not a complete person. It's probably never going to be um I'll probably never be the type of person that is secure with herself. And that's just me being a realist. It ain't like I'm trying to down myself or get compliment or anything. This is just me talking. I feel like sometimes that I'm so fucked up and broken inside, even when I try to fix it, something always comes out and triggers me. Like this past couple months, and I'm going to get into everything that I've done and what I've been going through. Because that's why you guys are here, right? For the stories, for the comedy. Um, I don't know. It's been really hard. It's been a really, really hard time. I'm not having a good time. I'm probably going to be emotional because we know that's me. And I'm about to start my period. So God knows that I'm probably going to cry. And I hate the week leading up to, like that lunar phase or whatever. I hate the week leading up to my period because that's when I get to the point where I like super self isolate. I don't want to be seen. When men talk to me sexually, I feel gross. And I just go through these fucking range of emotions. And then, you know, I want to be to a point where I'm so complete with myself that it doesn't matter if I have anybody. But it's been 3 years. And I think that, my attachment style and how, I love and I don't know what to do with myself when I'm not taking care of somebody. And everybody's like, well, the obvious thing is, Brandy, you need to take care of yourself. I don't know how to fucking do that. Like, I'm doing my best. They took my insurance away from me. So that's a big issue that I've been dealing with. I'm struggling financially. Like, it's really hard. And I'm not want sympathy. I don't want nobody's money. This is just where I come to vent because I can't afford therapy. I can't afford nothing. I can't afford nothing. I'm barely making my rent. And barely paying everything else. I have to work extra hours. I'm working 7 days a week. I'm exhausted. But, I think that's just what I have to go through for myself. I'm not, I don't want, when I explain these things out, I want people to understand that I'm not looking for sympathy. I don't want anybody to hand me nothing. I don't want nothing. I don't like burdening people with my problems. This is why I come to here. I know that my family members don't listen to this shit. They try to pretend they do and they share it for me. They're really supportive of it. They really like the idea, but like they hear this shit every day. You know what I'm saying? It's new to you guys. But I'm really struggling financially. I'm struggling, mentally. It's just a lot. It's really, really hard. And I hope it gets better. But with the holidays, it's just stupid. Like, people don't realize, like, just a little simple thing in my world, like losing my health insurance, is a big deal. Like, I I can't get the proper care that I need. Everything is so expensive. And I'm in that weird spot to where um like I make too much money, they say, which I only make $38,000 a year. So they say I make too much money to get any kind of help financially. My rent's almost 1,300 itself. That's most of my income. And it's not easy out here. And I know people see me on TikTok or see me and it looks like, I don't know why the hell people think that people that are on TikTok make money. Honestly, I upload as much TikToks as I do on a daily basis because honestly, that's what I use for my groceries. I don't have to front. I don't have to stunt. I don't have to do anything. Honestly, that's how I've been feeding Bailey and me for the past couple months. I just upload videos, a lot of them. and it covers my groceries for the month. But that's slowing down too. So it's like I have to find another revenue, which I'm not complaining. I'm very happy with what I get from there because I don't do anything. I'm literally just being funny, and dancing and telling stories and shit. It's not that big of a deal to me. I don't care. But I don't want the perception I'll put off. Like, people will see me with my nails done or something. And I'm like, somebody paid for these. My mother probably did. Or one of my friends who knows I love to feel good about myself. Sometimes I get that done. But it's just been hard. And it's even more harder when I'm having health issues. And I'm having really strong mental health issues because I got took off, like, I couldn't afford my medication. I couldn't afford to go see my therapist. So I couldn't afford the meds. They wanted me to pay it seems so small to people, but it's not small to me. They wanted me to pay like $100 and something a month to see the doctor. Okay. Which is fine. But then they also needed me to pay like $100 and something for the meds. And I'm like, I can't afford that. I can't afford an extra $300. I'm barely making it. And everyone's like, oh, well then why don't you just get a new job? I've been in my company for 2.5 years. When I first was with my company, I ended up having my own car, my own, paying my own insurance and everything. And I ended up, my car ended up breaking down in the middle of me working there. I had no transportation. And mind you guys, I work 35 minutes away from my job. Just the office part. That don't include the clients' homes I have to go to. And I was just in a really bad spot. And my boss was like, we can give you a loaner vehicle. It's going to be $200 a month. I'll take care of insurance. You have this loaner vehicle. Well, I've just kept it because I can't afford a car payment, like a bigger one than $200. And nobody with my credit's going to give me a fucking car for less than that. So I have to, it's not that I have to stay. I love my job so much. I don't mind picking up the extra shifts. I don't even mind getting a second job because that's how much I love my first job. And it's how I have my transportation to get around. I'm very, very grateful for the people that I work for and work with. They are so helpful to me and I love them so much. And a lot of people look at it like, oh, you're trapped there. Like, no, I'm not. I really love being here. I need this structure. Like, if they took the car away from me, I couldn't afford, even right now, working 40 hours a week, sometimes 60 hours a week, I couldn't afford to go pay for a car with insurance. I'm telling you, that car wouldn't have insurance because my van lost the insurance and I just kept rolling because sometimes you have to that's what it's like out here. People don't understand that. A lot of my people are in 2-income houses and we're all struggling. It's really hard for people out here like me. I don't have a known college degree because I did go to school for criminal justice. I did complete most of the classes, but in order for them to give me my degree, it's my bachelor's of associate science, I have to pay a large amount of money that they said financial aid didn't cover for them to even give me my degree. So I wasted 4 years in criminal justice, and also I can't even get the degree. And when I found out that the school wasn't fucking even accredited, it's like I didn't even go to school. So I have to go back and do another 4 fucking, it's too much. People's like, well, why don't you go to school? I want to go to school, be a nurse. But guess what? Going to Galen here is the only really option. It's the best school. You have to be in school from 8 to 4. When am I going to work? When am I going to see Bailey? Like, so I have to wait till she's at least, 16 or so. And then I will, when she's old enough to, function and stuff and all that, then I'll worry about me and that part. But right now I'm just really trying to get it through. And I know this is a long rant, but like, I feel like people can relate to this. People can relate to not paying stuff on time because they don't have enough fucking money. I literally have to go, like, I have to choose sometimes. Like, I had to choose between my mental health. It's like they took my insurance because my work doesn't offer it. It's a small business. I never had it with them, and I had it through the government. And the government said that I made too much money. But there's somebody living in my apartment complex who has one extra kid, and they're able to get insurance. I don't give a fuck about food stamps. I mean, I'll do my best. I'll try whatever. I can always make a meal out of anything. the main thing for me is that they're still saying I don't qualify for insurance. And I'm like, how is this? Like, how does this fucking working? I am really mentally ill. And it took me a long time to find the right combination of medication that could actually make me succeed. And that is what's kind of helped me in the past 3 years. Yes, my hard work and ethic, but also being medicated and being a sound mind. And it's very, very scary that for the past 4 or 5 months now, I've not been medicated, and I can see the decline in my attention. I can see me dissociating. I can see my emotions ranging from this and that. So if I've been a little chaotic, I need people to understand it's not about them. It's just this chemical imbalance in my body that I can't fucking fix because, hey, I don't make enough money, and then, hey, you got to do this, Brandy. You got to be at this client. You got to work this. Oh, and don't stop on the whole on top of that, going to the gym, eating right, having to make sure you're eating the right things so I can reach the goals I want physically. People's like, well, why do you even give a fuck about that? Because honestly, the gym is the only thing that I have that helps me mentally. Like, going in there, I don't have to fucking be anything but just lift. And honestly, it takes away a lot of the pain that I feel inside on a daily basis. I don't think people understand that. I want you to think what it's like to have a family member that you love, them die suddenly, and you never see them again. And that sadness. I feel that every day. Every day I wake up, I feel it. It's like, it's a slow progress. It doesn't all hit me at once. Every day, I'm crying about something. Every day, I feel the pain within me. It's very hard being me. And I'm not okay. But I know that I will be, so it's not that big of a deal. So I'm just trying my best to get through these hard times. I know I'm very self-aware to know not to hurt myself. Very self-aware. To the point to where I would never, ever leave my kids like that. That is selfish to me. I'm sorry if people have people that's committed suicide. I get that. I understand that. But I can never, ever do that to my children, ever. So every day that I get up, I live for them. Like, they're the reason why I keep going. Like, it's just how I've always been. So I've stuffed down a lot of pain. That's what I feel on a daily basis. Is that emptiness. And then at times I feel nothing at all. And then I'm reckless with myself, with my body, with my mind. I give attention to people who wouldn't even give a fuck about me. But the thing is that I'm so in tune with people and emotions and feelings that I can see that these people really don't care about me. The men that I had talked to over the past couple months, I can tell they don't care about me. They care about me for the moment. But I guess when I leave, they probably don't think about me, which is fine. It's okay. It's not that big of a deal. I have a lot more things to worry about than finding somebody who sees me. I just get so lonely sometimes. And I entertain things I shouldn't. I know. And I let people back in because I'm lonely. And I missed it. Like, for real, there is people that, I care about really deeply. And I can't, shake it or get away from it. So anytime I get a chance to talk to them, I'm excited. I'm happy. And being in the dating world, I've just been so lonely. And I can come off a fucking annoying as fuck. I'm fast as fuck. I always have my phone in my hand. I'm always replying all fast and shit. It's fucking weird. I know this. These are things about me that I know. I'm so triggered with dating. It's so scary for me because it's like, I want to feel what I see other people have, but I've never felt it. I've never had genuine, love equally. I've always loved the person more than they loved me. Okay? So, or I've always been the one that went above and beyond for someone. And people don't really do that for me. Now that I sit back and think it, I see everything. I clock everything. I notice how other people treat certain people. I notice how people treat people when it's their birthday. Because nobody... I don't think that, like, I have good friends, and I'm so grateful for the ones that reached out to me, like, on my birthday and made a post. And on my birthday this year, I was in Savannah, Georgia. I decided a couple months beforehand I was gonna work my ass off, and I wanted to go to Georgia, to Savannah, and take the kids, like take Bailey, take Sean, and do all that. Of course, and then it just snowballed into, Sean and his family going, and then my sister Nikki and her girls going. And then we just all was one big family going down there. And you don't think, like with me, the trip ended up being a disaster because we're all very strong personalities. On top of that, I didn't realize this about myself until I got away, and everybody, I don't know if everybody was gaslighting me, saying it was me and I was the problem, or if I just spot shit and I don't like it. I don't know. And I don't want to talk about sometimes I don't want to bring this back up because everybody's settled down and we're all good again. But I feel like I need to talk about it from my standpoint. And I just feel like to get it out, because if I had therapy, I'd be able to do that. So we all get down there. And it's a good time the first couple days. People's emotion, like on the day of my birthday though, like it started out pretty good. We went and ate breakfast. We went down to Forsyth Park, whatever it's called. It was a good day. And then like I started getting overwhelmed and triggered, like just very overwhelmed, like everything that touched my body, like all the clothing. I have very big sensory issues. I've had these most of my life. Well, I have undiagnosed adult autism. Well, now it's diagnosed, but and I don't use that shit for, I don't use that shit for an example, like to use it as an excuse, because I don't give a fuck. Either way, I got to get up and go to fucking work. But I use it to explain to people why I am the way that I am. Meaning, like, I don't use it for you to, like, think that I'm weak or for an excuse to get a one-up on somebody. I use it so you can understand why I'm weird and why I do certain things and why things have to be the way they are for me in my little world, and why I'm so strict on certain things with myself. I do that. I tell people that, and I tell people my diagnosis and stuff like that. It's not for pity, ever. I hate being pitied. I hate anybody feeling sorry for me, everything. So I don't ever want the version of me that you think that I'm fishing for compliments, that I need approval, that I need anything, because I never do. I say all these for informational purposes, meaning, like, why does Brandy do things a certain way she do, so you can understand them. I like to explain things out, why I am the way that I am. And this is all scientific shit. And you can believe what you want to believe, you can say what you want to believe, but I have went through an extreme amount of trauma for there not to be nothing, for me to have the issues that I have. They all make sense. If you know psychology, if you studied it, if you've understood sociology, if you've done these things, then you're going to understand, oh, well, that makes a lot of fucking sense why she's like that. Trauma related, a lot of trauma issues that I deal with on a daily basis. So we're down in Georgia, and you got to think, I am used to a very strict routine, meaning I get up every morning at the same time, brush my teeth at the same time, everything, all that. Okay, I'm on a very strict schedule. I get me and Bailey out the door at the same time. I get her to her dad's for school at the same time, and I head to my client or to the office at the same time every day. After work, I go and either get her from her dad's or go to the gym and then get her. I have the same routine every day. We normally get home about 8 p.m. at night, typically. And I'm rushing to get everything done by then. I'm super busy. Bailey's with me now Tuesday until Saturday morning. So I have Saturday night, Sunday night, and Monday night that she's with her dad. It works better. We switched it because Bailey has a way of kind of manipulating me sometimes when it comes to, because I'm the lenient parent. I'm the more emotional parent. Her dad's the more strict parent, and I used to take it as offensively because he used to be super strict. Like he's never put his hands on her. He's a great dad to her. When I say strict, I mean he's strict with her. He's blunt with her. He don't give a shit. He tells her like it is, and she gets grounded. She don't like that shit because she's going on 12. And he told me like her grades are falling, and I really thought, oh my God, immediately I made the situation worse because I thought, what if there's a reason why she can't focus in school and pay attention? It's probably because me and you both have attention deficit, and she probably has it too. So we took that route when she was younger. We knew she had attention deficit disorder. He was very adamant on starting medication. I was very adamant on starting medication until I seen issues in school. And then I was like, we have to do something. She's going to fail, and it's going to be on us if we don't, because we have this information. He don't believe in none of it. So it took a long time. We tried her on the medication. She didn't like it. It gave her a worse headache. The medicine did not work. And come to find out, she just needed to fucking be structured. And she is structured here. But I'm a little, like I said, I'm not as strict when it comes to consequences, like punishing and stuff like that. It's hard for me to stick to. It's always just me and her. Then I had to realize this year, and I've realized all of this also in the past 6 months. Hey, I got to get, we got to get this together. So Pete was like, hear me out. Let's switch the days up. And I have her 3 days of school and you have her the rest. Let's see how she does. And if she's still struggling, if she's still having issues, we'll go back and see if medicine will work. But trust the process. And we've took a long time to get to where we are co-parenting wise. And I really like to thank his wife for that too, because she's been a mediator of this shit for a long time. We used to not be able to fucking speak to each other. We would be at each other's throats. I felt like he was too harsh. He felt like I was too lenient. We just parented different. He, is him and I am me. So we are just, sometimes we can be just alike. And that's what fucking causes the issues. And we tried it. And guess what? Bailey's on honor roll. Yeah. Honor roll. And he told me, he was like, I think she's doing great because she's here on Monday, the beginning of the week. He's setting the tone with the strictness. Like, I'm not playing with you. I'm not your mom. We're not going to, like, because sometimes I'm not super book smart. And if we can't get the answer, I'm Googling that shit. Because I'm like, at the end of the day, and then I know it's going to come back to haunt her in the long run. I got that. I know all this stuff now. But I was enabling her, and I didn't realize it. And sometimes you can be trying to be a great parent and still be doing a bad job and not realize it. And I can take constructive criticism when it comes to my parenting, so I don't mind. I just want to be better than my parents were before me, and I'm already there. But, like, I don't want to cause any, and that's the thing, is like, I'm more on the emotional side. I didn't want to cause more emotional issues. Long story short, I'm on a strict schedule, and when going down and breaking that schedule, I found out over my vacation that it affects me. And I guess it affects me and I don't see it because they said that I was being so fucking weird on vacation. They said I was being anxious. I was always on the go. And I was like, well, that's who I am. I'm always on the go. Like, I don't sit around and relax. I didn't realize that I was making them uncomfortable for their vacation. And I looked at it like, well, this is my birthday vacation. Why is everybody so aggravated all the time? And they started being aggravated. I was being aggravated. When come to find out, we was just, and then things triggered and we got into a big blowout fight so bad that my sister left. We didn't speak for 2 months. Me and my son and his girlfriend got into it. I mean, it was just a fucking mess. By the middle of the trip, I felt so guilty. Like everything was my fault. I felt like I ruined Bailey's first, trip with us, and I just felt so guilty. But I took responsibility for my actions of it as well. But it still ate at me. Like, it still ate at me, that, I felt like nobody cared that it was my birthday. I felt like in the household that we were in at the time, nobody gave a fuck, really. And that's not true. But because they didn't show it the way that I thought that they should, I just assumed and was kind of upset. And things just didn't go the way they did. And me and my son got into it on my actual birthday, and it just hurts. It hurts. Like, I was just trying to for everybody to have a good time, and I didn't realize that me trying to make everybody have a good time was giving them a bad time. Like, I just wanted to make everybody happy, and I was not doing a good job. So this trip taught me a whole lot about myself. Like, I cannot control the people around me and what the fuck they're feeling, thinking, or saying. And I really need to stop trying to do that. So for the past, couple months, I've been really trying to stick to myself, not distance myself from anybody, but I learned a lot. I missed my sister when we wasn't talking. She's my person. She's always going to be there for me. She's the only one. Her and my friend Chrissy are the only ones that's been there for me through thick and thin. They literally will do anything for me since I was young. They know me like the back of my hand. They know me. And it's just sometimes we butt heads because we're fucking we're family, Everybody's fine now. Everything's good. But I think that I needed that fight to understand and let things go that I needed to in my life at that time. I needed to reevaluate what the fuck I was doing because I get stagnant and I get doing the same thing every day. And I'm realizing, I can skip the gym and it's not going to affect any gains. It ain't going to bother me. My body is going to be okay. And I just started in the past couple months looking in the mirror and really fucking trying to love myself. Like looking at myself every day and saying, you know what? You deserve good things for you. Because I'm going to be honest with you. A lot of my life, I've always thought that I didn't deserve that. The human decency. I really thought for a long time that I didn't deserve a good man for me because I kept picking the wrong ones for me. I really thought that I didn't deserve to have somebody treat me kind and treat me nice. I was so used to doing all that for everybody. And I thought, if I just do this more, this person will love me more, or, and I was so desperate that I had to fix something in me because it was getting to the point to where I was overcompensating to make other people happy, but I was not happy and I haven't been in a long time. And of course that emotions run high and low, you know what I'm saying? And it's just, life is just so hard sometimes, and I like to just take my time and just realize that I don't have to have it all figured out. Everything that's meant to work out will work out. A lot of it is in my anxiety, and I get overwhelmed, and I think, I don't know what I'm going to do the next month. I've literally been struggling month to month to get to everything paid. That's where my focus has been. And it's just hard. It's really hard. And there's going to be people that think, oh God, she complains all the time. No, I'm really happy with how my life is now. Everything in this apartment, I paid for myself. I've gotten everything myself for the past couple years. Earlier this year, my mom paid for a tummy tuck for me. Because she ended up getting a big lump sum of money. And that's what she wanted to do for me for losing all my weight. In hindsight, I wish I would have got a car instead. I should have. A lot of people think that I'm stupid that I didn't. But honestly, I love my job and I love my car that I have. I'm slowly paying it off through him, So I didn't care about any of that. And I thought that, the tummy tuck would fix my image issue. But honestly, it just made more issues. I feel like anytime I fix something on my body, there's a new part that I can't fix. And it's then I realize I'm not trying to fix my outer side. I'm trying to fix my inner. I'm just to a point where I wasn't super secure inside. And dating is just triggering me so bad. And I didn't realize that I am the way I am. That I was as lonely as I am until recently when I had met somebody and they basically was like, you're a lot. They were really blunt. But I needed that. I needed somebody to be like, you be writing a whole lot. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You know? I mean, I didn't need it to be said the way that it was said. It really hurt my feelings. But sometimes you just need your feelings hurt and you just got to learn from it. So I took the criticism to heart. Anytime somebody criticizes me, I take it to heart and I feel like, at first I feel bad. Like, damn, I thought that I didn't know what I was doing. I'm sorry. Like, that's all I know how to say. And when I cut people off when I'm talking and all that, I don't mean to. I don't mean to be disrespectful. I'm a kind person. It hurts me that some people think that I do that on purpose. And I don't. If I don't say it, then I'll forget it. And that's just who I am. And, it took me a very long time to realize that if somebody has a problem with me, that's on them. That I need to love myself. And I'm going to be me. As long as it's not hurting anybody else. I feel like me being me, loving myself, somebody will love all this chaos and craziness one day. And honestly, I don't think that I'm too crazy. I think that I see things and I adjust how I act when I see those things. I have a lot of healing to do. I know this. I know that there's a lot of things that I still got to fix in me. And then you're probably thinking, wow, you're fucking 40 and you're still fixing shit. Yeah, I started late. And that's what happens when you give your all to other people. My whole life, I've gave my all to everybody else. My whole life, I've took care of people. My whole life, I put people's futures above mine and I never cared about mine. Well, now I'm in the future and I'm 40 years old and I have nothing to show for any of that. I mean, I have beautiful kids and that's it. But I'm saying, like, on a relationship standpoint, I have nothing to show for that. I'm divorced. That was a really hard thing for me. I know I don't talk about a lot about that I failed at the first marriage, that I didn't want to have multiple marriages. I didn't want to be like my mom and marry multiple people. This is why I kind of refused on getting married again. Because I feel like, my husband was a really good man. And he's still alive. He ain't dead or nothing. But he was a good man. He just wasn't the man for me. And, well, my ex-husband, he just wasn't the man for me. He was too laid back and too nice and let people walk over him. And it brought out a side of me that I didn't like. It would frustrate me when I would see him be like that. And allow the things that he allowed. I just couldn't respect it. And I lost respect for him. And when you lose respect for your partner, there's no coming back from that. And I'm a very by the book person when it comes to this shit. Like, I'm not going to sit around and waste your time. If I see that we're not meant to be, we're breaking up. I know people are like, well, you need to fight things through. No, I'm tired of fighting things through. My entire life, I've tried to fight things through. And I've had to change or try to change every man that I've ever been with to fit into what I actually needed, because they was never actually what I fucking needed. They were just who I got attached to. And usually I'm attached to the wrong fucking people. I've said this multiple times. Usually I'm attached to people that are triggering parts of me that I didn't know. Like, a lot of times I'm attached to a man that's similar to my dad. Alcoholic, has a dog, or I don't know. I've just noticed that's the pattern I've been having, and I stopped it immediately because I was like, fuck that. I don't want to do this no more. I don't want to be in this cycle. I want good, genuine love, but I'm fine waiting for it and learning myself. But that's the worst part, is just the loneliness gets me. Sometimes I'm so lonely and nothing fulfills it. Like, I can go, people are like, well, why don't you go out and do this? Yeah, I do that. I've been getting up, I've been getting out this year. I've been going all kind of fucking places. The gym is I'm always in the gym. But, like, I've been doing more with Bailey. We're doing more things. We're going to do and see more things. So I'm doing all the stuff I'm supposed to as a parent. I'm doing all the things I'm supposed to as work. So my love life is all that I talk about because that's the only thing that's empty right now. Everything else I'm fulfilled in. I'm fulfilled as a parent. I'm fulfilled as a job, as my career. I'm fulfilled with my family and friends. But I'm lonely. And I'm lonely for male companionship, but not fake companionship just so you can have a night with me. I can see that. I see that and it eats at my core. Like I can see that these men don't respect me, but I'm so lonely that it feels nice. It feels nice to be wanted because I went a long time without being wanted. And you know, I'm getting a lot more attention nowadays from men, and it disgusts me, one, because they're fucking disgusting. The things they say to me, they treat me like, and that's another, I feel like it's a slap to the face because I don't ever want to give off the impression that I'm a whore. I don't ever want to give off the impression that I'm easy. I want to give off the impression that I am a lady because I am a lady. In my life, I'm a professional. I take care of business in my life. I don't want a man treat me like a whore unless it's in the bedroom. When we leave the bedroom, I don't want to be talked to and treated that way. I need kindness. I need somebody that really sees me and just don't, and I can see the drop-offs. I can see when people are manipulating me, and sometimes I allow it because I'm like, fuck, at this point, at least it's something. But I had to stop doing like that. I was getting too reckless. The attention, it can get to you I used to be like 300 pounds. And to lose all that, you lose a whole fucking identity. And I meet people, they're like, you're so fucking down to earth. You're so cool. Yeah, motherfucker. I was fat before and I had a personality. And I know that sounds fucked up, but it's the goddamn truth. I didn't have attention from men in any light, except for sexually, most of my life. Men have been taken from me sexually my entire life. Which makes me super hypersexual when I like somebody. When I like somebody, I go all out. I want to fucking show them I want to do whatever I can to please them. That's the problem. That having the stuff that happened to me as a child, it didn't make me or turn me into anything like super hypersexual with a bunch of different men. I just want to find one man and do crazy shit with him. That's it. And be sexual because I'm a sexual person. But I can't show my sexual side anymore because it's getting me in trouble. One, it's getting me in trouble because they assume that I'm like this all the time, that I'm just a booty call or somebody they can call up in the middle of the night and that's going to hold substance with me. It will not. Usually, if I can see immediately that you ain't interested in anything but that, it's a turnoff to me. I literally have severe praising kinks. I think they must come from childhood. I don't fucking know. But that's like, if you're not about me or complimenting me or saying nice things to me, I'm not going to like you for too long. I'm going to get bored and block you or ghost you because you are not fulfilling any part of me. And if this is just for fun, why are you the only one that's happy? Why am I over here fucking miserable and not being treated right so you could feel good about yourself? No. Fuck that. So I had to learn how to stop people pleasing too because that's a thing for me. Like when I meet somebody that I actually genuinely fuck with, I want to do everything to please them because I'm a pleaser. That's just who I am. It brings me joy to do that to somebody I care about. But you can't be out here doing that. I don't do this to everybody. You can't be out here doing that to everybody. Like, I can't give my kind of attention and love and body to just everybody. I know what I have. I know how I do things. And it just would be bad for me to just give that away so freely. To give it away and for nothing. What? What am I getting in return? Because anything that a man can do for me, I can literally do for myself. I want kindness, I want companionship, and I want somebody that actually cares about me as a person. Not somebody that's just using me to fulfill their lonely night. Not somebody that's using me because they're in a fight with their girlfriend. Not somebody using me because, and then throw me away like I'm fucking trash. And not respecting me as a woman, as a mother. I tell men, when they get out of pocket with me, I immediately tell them, I want you to talk to me like you would your mother and your sister. Because if you come at me fucking crazy, I'm going to come even crazier. You know what I'm saying? I just don't want to deal with a lot of it, so I've isolated. I've literally just isolated because I don't feel like I'm being treated the way that I should. So why talk to these men? Why talk to anybody? If you're not treating me the way that so I could feel good, I want to feel good about my day. I don't want to be fucking sad. I don't want to be thinking, well, this guy's really not into me. I can tell by his actions. Once I see the actions don't match the words, I'm gone. Because it's not going to do anything for me. You're not making my life any easier. That's why I would want to talk to a man. So I could be happy with a man. Not on my own. Like, I'm happy with my life. But I mean, have some companionship and be happy. I want to put my fucking phone down and never look at that motherfucker when I have a man around. That's how happy I want to be. I want to laugh with the motherfucker and realize time has gotten away from us. That's how happy I want to be. I want to lay in bed and laugh it up and chalk it up and have good fucking conversations and amazing sex all with one person. That's how happy I want to be. I don't want to have to guess that somebody's cheating on me. I don't want to have to fucking investigate because believe me, I'm like FBI. I'm going to find out every fucking thing I need to find out. And I probably already know it before you even do it because I can read body language and I'm not fucking stupid. I just want to feel that. I want to feel genuine connection with somebody. That's what I miss. I had it before, but it's always the people that I can't be with. It's fucking sucks. It really does. It's hard for me to connect with somebody. So when I do, I take it very seriously. Like connect on levels that it's just hard to explain. I'm just a deep person, and that's how I always will be, I guess. And I know that life is all about balance and getting everything together, and it's going to be fine. And I came here to rant to y'all, and I'm glad that y'all have listened to me as long as y'all did. Everything's been doing pretty good, besides dating-wise. Like, again, I had to put a pause on it because it's not leading me nowhere. I keep meeting people that don't give a fuck about me, so I knew I had to stop and say, why am I attracting these kind of people that don't care about if I live or die? They just want to fuck me. Which you would think would be nice, but after the fucking's gone, what do you have? You've added another body, and what? Nobody around to talk to when you're feeling like you want to harm yourself. Nobody around to talk to because you didn't you didn't emotionally connect with that person. So they don't care about you. When post-nut clarity hits, they want you the fuck out. They don't care about how you feel or what you do or any of that shit. And me being an in-tune person, I see that. I haven't had a lot of experience with it because I don't get around like that. But like the men that I have, there's always that odd, like after everything's finished sexually, I always pay attention to aftercare because like aftercare will tell you what kind of man you're dealing with. And I say this to all young women. If you have a man that after y'all do the deed or whatever, of course testosterone is down. They're going to be quiet. That is just how it is. But if they're trying actively to get you the fuck out, then they're post-nut clarity hit and they don't want to be around you. And sometimes people are so lonely in themselves that when that post-nut clarity hits and they don't want to be around you, they still don't want to be alone. So they have you be around you, but they treat you like you can just see the coldness in them on how they're treating you. So then you leave feeling like you leave with a bunch of issues that you have on yourself. Like, damn, this dude really don't fuck with me. He really don't respect me at all. And I've seen that firsthand. You know? It doesn't feel good and I don't like how I felt. That's why I can never be casual. I tried it. I tried to be casual. And it doesn't work for me. It don't work for me because I'm too deep. I'm too emotional. And I feel like it should matter when you give your body to somebody. People treat this so freely. Like Let me just fucking fuck this person real quick and share fluids with them and do everything with them and then expect not to be attached to them. How? How do you do that? I can't, and I never will be. I'm still attached to motherfuckers I had sex with last year. What the fuck? I can't do it. This is why I can't be adding nobodies to my body at all. I can't. Because when I do, this is what happens. I don't know how to let go. Especially if you would have to literally just leave me alone and never talk to me again. That's the only way. Because I have attachment issues, and I realize that. So it's a very lonely time when you can't have any intimate connection, but it's hard for you to connect to just anybody. And that's the thing is I'm not the fucking dating apps suck. I'm never going back on them. And it makes you feel like I'm not an app person. I have to be in person, like to get a conversation going. And I know that everybody has to go through the little bop stage and they go fucking insane, but I can't do it. I know it shows growth or some shit is what people says, but I can't do it. I don't want to do it. It doesn't please me. I'm odd. And it's fine. So like I've been trying to do all these things to cope with not being medicated, to fulfill my own, fantasies and things that I want. Emotionally, spiritually, sexually, financially, all that shit. I'm trying to do all these things on top of feeling like I have the worst pain in my body mentally always every day. And that's an everyday thing for me. And I still got to function. I know I'm a strong motherfucker. I've never met anybody as strong as me mentally. I really haven't. To deal with the things that I've had to deal with my entire life, from caregivers, from people that's supposed to take care of me, from men, all that shit, and to still be standing today with the dignity that I have, the respect that I have for myself. Sometimes it's super hard to be good all the time. I'm not always going to be perfect and this role model for anybody. Sometimes I just need to do wild shit. And sometimes when I try the wild shit, it doesn't work for me because it's just not me. I'm not this wild girl. I'm not a single type bitch. I've always been a wife type bitch. And there's nothing I can do to change that. I've tried. I get too deep. The moment I start liking somebody, I'm trying to cook for them. I'm trying to make them lunch. I'm trying to rub their back. I'm trying to please them. But the ones I'm finding just treat me so shitty after they get what they want from me, that it makes me feel bad for even being such a caring person. Like, why am I being caring to this person when they don't care about me? I guess in my head to fulfill the space I need. I don't know. Hopefully it gets better within the next couple months. Holidays are coming up, so I really got to stay grinded, keep my head down, don't trigger myself, and just stay strong. Every day I have to stay strong and make sure that I don't slip up and get too deep. Because it's getting to a point to where I'm so depressed that I feel myself not wanting to get up to go to work. But I know if I miss one day, I can't pay rent. I have to get up and go to work every day. I don't have the luxury to lay around and not work. I wish I did, but then I wish I didn't. So it's like, I love my life and how it is. I don't mind the money. The money sucks, but like the things I do are fulfilling. My job is fulfilling to me spiritually. So money doesn't matter to me. As long as I have enough to pay my bills, I'm okay. And I know that might sound stupid because people are like, well, don't you want to succeed? And I will. Age ain't fucking shit to me. So when Bailey turns 16, I'll go to school and get my nursing degree. And then I'll be a traveling nurse. That's what I want to do. And then I'll stack my own money and do whatever I need to do to take care of my family still. That's just what I always will do. And I hope that in the next coming months that my mental health gets a lot better. Let's pray that I can qualify for some kind of assistance with insurance to help me get my mental health meds. I hope. It's just been really rough. And I'm glad that I vented on here. I'm glad I knew I needed to. I just needed to let some shit out sometimes. And it might sound like a broken record sometimes. It might sound like that all I do is talk about men. And it might sound like this, but I have a whole other life too. The reason why I talk about dating and my dating life and men and this that happened and that happened is because my parenting life is fine. and in control. My job is in control. Everything else is in control, but that part of my life. I don't know what to do with the idle time. The 3 days that I am alone is the most loneliest time in the world. And I try my best every day. I stay busy on those days. Like today, I'm doing the podcast. Then I made plans to go to my brother's. I have to keep my brain active. If I lay here, I'll lay and I'll remember how lonely I am. And then it'll trigger me to do things I don't want to do. As hit up somebody I don't even want to fucking talk to because I don't want to be alone and I need conversation. I don't want to do it no more. And I'm not going to. And I hope everybody has a blessed Sunday. Sunday blues has always got me. Y'all know Sundays are my worst days. I don't know why Sundays are my worst days. I really don't. But I seem to be the most depressed on Sundays. It's just sad. It's always been like this for me. That since I've been single. Sundays used to be great for me. I used to get up and we would take the kids places. I had a family unit, it felt like. And now I feel like I still got my family unit. It's not that. It's like, but when I'm alone, I don't feel full. And I know that's a me issue, and I'm working on it. And I know I deserve great things. So I'm going to end this with saying that I deserve respect. I deserve loyalty. I deserve to be loved properly. I deserve somebody who's kind. I deserve somebody who understands me and doesn't judge me for being just who I am. And I hope that if anybody else is out there struggling with mental health, they get the help they need. They reach out to people. I'm strong enough and self-aware enough to know that I can isolate on my own, and I get help when I absolutely need to. And I've been reaching out to my sisters. We did a paint night the other night just to, that was a good time. I'm going to see my brother today. I'll probably see my mom too. I just stay busy so I don't let my mind get the best of me and take myself out. I'm not going to ever do that, but sometimes it gets so bad. The sadness in my heart, it's hard. It's really hard. But what in life isn't hard? I've been through some hard shit. So just a little bit of pain on the inside, I need to be grateful that I can feel something. At least I'm feeling something. Because when I don't feel nothing, that's when it's all bad. But at least I can feel. And today's my dad's birthday. I just realized it. November 3rd. And maybe that's why I feel the way that I do today. And I don't even know why. Because, me and my dad wasn't super close. But his death was, very traumatic for me. It happened at a very traumatic time for me. And it just molded me, I think, into being who I am right now. And as much as I complain, I love who I am right now. I'm the most authentic version of myself right now. I don't have anybody I have to pretend to like things. I can like things for myself. I can do things for myself. If I don't want to watch a movie because I don't like it, I can turn it off midway and I don't have to feel guilty about it. There's certain things that I didn't have control of for a long time that now I can do, and it feels amazing. I don't want to be controlled and put in a box. I just want to be able to be who I am, but still, live my life without judgment. But that's hard because people judge me a lot. They think I should be this or they think I should be that. And I'm just me. And I'm real and I'm raw. I'm broke. But money's not everything. People get so wild out to them when I tell them money doesn't. Actually, it gives me a fucking ick. There's been multiple occasions that I've met people that were very financially well off that offered me a lot of fucking money to do shit that I would never do in my life. And I don't give a fuck how broke I am. I will never do anything like that or anything sexually for money. Ever. I don't give a fuck. I just don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about anything when it comes to that kind of shit. And I know that I should care about money like that. And that's probably where my thing is but it's never dawned on me to pick a man that has the most money. Because I've seen how those men treat women. I don't want to be one of those women treated badly, but then have a nice house and a nice car, but she's getting cheated on. I don't want that shit. I'd rather be poor and happy with somebody who actually loves me and wants to be around me. I don't need nothing fancy. I'm not a fancy gal. I'm just me. And that's all I can be. Remember to love your kids. And I mean this, remember to say it out loud to them. Every day you get up, you need to be like, I love you. You need to say it to them. You need to physically hug them. Every day. Even if you're busy, even if time is getting away from you, physically hug your child and tell them you love them every day. I tell Bailey I love her 1 billion times a day. I'm hugging her, telling her I love her. I'll send her messages while I'm at work. I tell Bailey I love her so much. And I tell my son too, randomly. I'll get it because he's a grown man. He has his own life. I tell him randomly too. I love you, bitch. I can't help it. If I love you, you're going to know I love you because I'm telling you. I want you to feel, like, I just want them to feel the happiness it feels. I never had that, as a kid. Somebody to just hug me and tell me they love me. My grandma did. And she died when I was 16. And it's a lot that I don't talk about because it's just traumatic for me. And her birthday passed October 16th, and I was real depressed that day. But, you get through it, And it's been a very long time. I was 16 when she passed. But I like to think back and think, well, damn, I wonder how she would see this now, like me now. Would she be proud? And I think she would be. And that's all that I can, say is that I feel like I just want to be the best mom I can be. And whatever I have to do to make that happen, I will. And I love my life and I love my kids. And it's going to get better. I have to remind myself every day that it's just a bad day, not a bad life. It could be a lot worse. It could be a lot worse. And I know that because it has been very worse for me. And I'm in a good place now. And I need to remind myself that daily. And I think everybody should stop and look around you and say, and find some things you're grateful for. List 5 things off every day that you're grateful for. If you got kids, be grateful that you get to fucking see them every day of their life. Because for 3 days out of the week, 3.5 days out of the week, Bailey goes to her dad's, which is not a bad thing. He's a great dad. I'm not saying that. But it's hard when you have a kid that you can't see, physically every day. That shit's hard. I mean, it's gotten better, And also, it shows my codependency issues in my children, and I'm learning how to let them live their own lives and not be so codependent. I really am. It's really hard because I have been like that my whole life with my kids. I've always been around them. I was just like that. But I want everybody just to have a good Sunday and just be grateful for what you got because it can be taken away in an instant. So I always try to be very praiseful to God about what I have and very grateful to God about what I got. And that's all I can do.